Brides and grooms, welcome to Weddy Guru's Wedding Planning Classes, where we break down every element of your wedding planning journey. Our goal and truly our joy here at Weddy Guru is to simplify every single step of your wedding planning journey, therefore freeing up your time and your energy to focus on that which matters the most, which is building the foundation for your lifelong marriage. And of course, not forgetting that you have the utmost fun at your wedding. If we can reduce on the stress, it means we can have a lot of fun on your wedding day. My name is Kimari Maina, a wedding planner here at Weddy Guru, and in this particular video we would like to introduce these classes to you. What exactly are these Weddy Guru wedding planning classes? Coming up. A good way to look at the wedding planning journey is to view it in 3 stages. The first stage being decision making or making decisions. The second stage being financing those decisions. And the third stage being implementing those decisions. The first part, decision making, normally takes even up to 70% of the entire wedding planning journey. And seeing how pivotal or how important the first stage, making decisions, is, then it's important that you make the right decisions. In order for you to make the right decisions, you need to have the right information. Typically, this information resides in the minds and experiences of us wedding planners and other wedding professionals like photographers, cinematographers, decorators, caterers, MCs, bridal gown designers. I think you get the gist. The goal for these classes is to get that information available to you so that you have the right information and therefore you're able to make the right decision. If you make the right decision, then you are setting yourself up to have a beautiful and successful wedding. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is that as you implement these decisions, you need tools and resources that will enable you to be able to document down the decisions that you are making and therefore have a solid reference point that you can keep going back and forth to check and see your progress as you plan your wedding. And therefore, goal number 2 is to equip you with tools and resources that will help you as you implement your wedding planning journey, as you execute your wedding planning journey. Speaking of the tools and resources, those tools and resources come together with tutorials. There is some information that is easier to break down as you go through the tools and resources. So the classes in and of themselves need to be supplemented with the tutorials for the tools and resources that we offer. So we highly recommend that you check out the tutorials for the tools and resources as you go through these classes. Back to the classes. There is the approach we would recommend you take as you consume the content we've put together in these classes. So number 1, please observe the structure in which we have arranged the classes. Of course, you're at liberty to watch the class of your choosing or the class that is of most interest to you, but please take note that the classes are arranged in the order that we would also recommend for you to plan your wedding. I'll give an example. The first step that we recommend you take when planning your wedding is come up with a vision. When you come up with a vision for your wedding, why you're doing this wedding, what you want to achieve in this wedding, it guides every decision that you make thereafter. And in addition, once you have your vision, you also need to come up with a budget to be able to facilitate this vision. Once you have a vision and a budget, every decision that you need to make thereafter becomes guided, becomes easier. And so we've arranged these classes in the order that you should also take when planning your wedding. So follow the classes as they have been arranged. Number 2, please take note, therefore, that these classes build on each other. And so there is some information that you may lose out if you start on class number 5 without first doing class number 4, 3, 2, or 1. So take time with each class, noting that each class builds on the previous. And then number 3, the classes correlate with each other. So there is some content that you will find, say for example in class number 8, that correlates to what we discussed in class number 3. So feel free to go back and forth watching each of the classes so that you can consume and best understand the information that we have put together. In addition, and of course it goes without saying, take these classes together. By taking these classes together, you both get the right information that you will then together be able to make the right decisions. And therefore, even as you are spending your budget, you're spending your budget based on decisions that you have agreed because you both had the right information. And of course, it also goes without saying, it is one thing to have the information, it is yet another thing to implement the lessons you've learned. So don't just take the information, begin to implement that, the decisions you've made as soon as you have the right information. Lastly, please take note that these classes form the first half of the Weddy Guru wedding planning classes, or what we're calling the essentials. The second half are the masterclasses, where we bring on board wedding experts or wedding professionals in their field of expertise. So for example, we will talk to a decorator, a caterer, a bridal gown designer who will give us expert guidance, and not just expert guidance but localized expert guidance in their area of expertise. So please watch out for that. Alright, and as we close, let me take you through a breakdown of what these classes will cover. The first part will be an introduction to wedding planning. This is where we will discuss about your vision as a couple as you plan this wedding. Of course, we'll talk about budgeting. We'll talk about your marriage versus your wedding, because a lot of people spend a lot of time preparing for their wedding and very little time preparing for your marriage. That balance needs to be met. How to select your wedding date, your wedding venue, all the legal matters you need to be aware of as you're planning your wedding, how to create a wedding day timeline that will make sure your wedding starts, runs and ends on time, how to select your vendors, how to put together a wedding planning team, or how to select a wedding planner, and then how to put together a wedding bridal party, how to manage your guests, and how to engage your family. Those are the 12 classes that we will take you through in this first half of the Weddy Guru wedding planning classes. Do you have any questions regarding wedding planning? Feel free to drop them in the comment section below. We do periodically check our comments to answer the questions you post there. Now, we do realize that this content is a monologue. It's basically us speaking to you. Now, we want you to be able to speak back to us. If you have any questions, we want you to ask those questions so that we can walk with you as you plan your wedding. We do this in what we call the Weddy Guru Wedding WhatsApp community, where we answer your questions frequently. And you also get the benefit of not just having your questions answered, but also seeing the answers to the questions other couples have asked. So scan the QR code displayed on your screen and sign up to join the community. The sign up link is also in the description. Are you looking for a wedding planner who will turn your wedding into an experience? Let's talk. Our WhatsApp number is 0725 883 553. Whatever your journey may be, it is our hope that these classes will begin to simplify your wedding planning journey, allowing you to focus less on your wedding logistics and more on building the foundation for your lifelong marriage. My name is Kimari Minor, a wedding planner here at Weddy Guru. See you in the classes.